All right, welcome back to another one. Today we're looking at Marvel Sunspot from Marvel Studios X-Men 97. If you haven't watched X-Men 97, you should. You should honestly go back and watch all the 90s animated series stuff. It's technically in the same universe. There's going to be some people on there that tell you, well, this one isn't, this one is. It was supposed to be. There's some inconsistencies here and there. But regardless, if you're just checking out X-Men 97, you should definitely watch the original X-Men animated series, because that doesn't really contradict much at all. Whereas you start throwing in Hulk and Silver Surfer and Iron Man in there, and Spider-Man, it gets a little crazy. But yeah, here we have them. I'm not connected to this character much at all. I did enjoy him in X-Men 97, so that's cool. I can't remember what wave this is. Is this the second wave or the third wave? I can't remember. I don't remember. I did have this whole wave before, and I currently have... Oh, well, I just realized I completed this wave with this one. I do have all of them downstairs in the cave. So that's cool. I do miss my old stuff, though. But yeah, there he is on the front. You got the promotional art for the show. You got a big old X back there. The typical X-Men 97 branding there. Yeah, this is definitely the third wave, because Scott didn't come till the second one. I do miss that Wolverine. I hope the aftermarket prices isn't still stupid. I got garbage down there, a little bit of legalese there. There is no top or bottom really. Legalese down here, Marvel Sunspot. You got the figure up there, although I'm pretty sure that's a digital render. And like I said, the rest of the wave there. So there's that. Let's get them out. There we go. So as you can see, there's the figure. The belt's looking a little wonky. I'm sure we can fix that. He comes with 2 fists on him, and then he has 2 sprawled out hands. And he also comes with 2 separate, pretty unique fire effects that I don't know if we've seen prior to this release. So let's get the rest of them out here. Hand. Great balls of fire. And the man himself. Boom. So I'm going to take a look at the hands first. Here we have them. They got your typical hinge. You can go up and down. Sprawled out hands. There's that. And then he has 2 separate fire effects. One that definitely has a fist molded in there to go over there. So I'm assuming you put that on the fist. It is kind of a clear, translucent red with some yellow. I don't know how they do this. I don't think the red is painted. Is it like a swirly twirl kind of mix of translucent plastic? I don't know. I'm not a scientist. But same thing here, but this one has only a bit of yellow on the tail here, and then the separate piece is definitely all just yellow. I don't know. Is he supposed to, does this go? I don't really know what you're supposed to do with this, to be honest. There's not a very clear way to, like, there's not a fist port, so I'm not really sure. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's cool, regardless. I'm glad it's here. I'm sure there's some way you could cheese it onto the figure. So, yeah. So, onto the figure itself. Here we have Sunspot. And I remember when I had this guy moving awesome. Not a whole lot of paint on this guy. So, for the most part, it's molded in this black / really dark blue. I brought this up in the when I reviewed Literal Garbage here. I went to this whole thing about how, like, when you're drawing stuff, you kind of have to get creative with shadows and lighting. I believe this suit is supposed to be black, and then they choose to do lighting, which also is in the same spot as shadow sometimes with this blue. But instead of going pure black and pure of that much brighter blue, they kind of did a nice in between, and I kind of really appreciate that. I think it's a nice in between. And then the yellow on the promotional image here, it's much more. It's more bright, whereas on the figure here, it's more of a pale, washed out yellow. Like, it's not Wolverine yellow by any means. It almost looks sickly and drained of color, but the way it's working in contrast with the rest of it here, I like it, you know. And it's not super shiny. It's got a pretty much, I mean, it looks shiny. It looks a little bit shinier on camera, and always harder plastic's going to shine more, which is the torso. But overall, it looks, I don't know, matte enough finish for me. Separate pieces in yellow of the boot and the hand and the feet. There I go again, mixing up anatomy. Same with the cuffs here and the hands. The yellow up here is painted, and this belt piece is a separate piece, casted in red, painted black and yellow, and then the crotch piece is in yellow. And then obviously you got some skin tone up on the neck here, and the head up here. It's got obviously its own lot of different browns going on, but it looks good. Musculature looks fine. Little soft, but not to the point where, I mean, I keep bringing up these two. This guy just looks super soft. Not a whole lot of musculature. I think the most musculature I see is right here under the arms, but nothing much underneath. And then even more so with this guy, the legs are just like tubes. But this guy has a decent amount of musculature in the back and the torso here. And again, I don't know how much parts are shared between these three, but just pointing that out. So yeah, I guess going over articulation, this belt, it's on there tight. That seems like it might need to be, heated up a bit. Kind of, yeah, it's a little bit better. Anyway, coming down to the feet, you got a forward-facing pin for rocker. Can go all the way around. So that's cool. Can go up, pretty good amount. Can go back, pretty much all the way. You do have a boot cut there. Double jointed pinless leg, which will go. That's decent. The boot cuff kind of gets in the way. Upper thigh cut, can go all the way, can go back a bit, can go up a whole lot. Probably can ride that curve all the way around if you wanted to. Not really. It's kind of stuck. There we go. And then can go side to side, pretty much. Not quite 90, but yeah. And then there is a dumbbell ball joint in the upper torso here. Get his arms out of the way. He can tilt that much, which isn't a whole lot. Same the way the other side. Without doing the ab crunch, can go forward one notch. Can go backwards a little bit further. Not super hyped on that. And like I said, there is an ab crunch under the belt. And doing all of that kind of gets in the way, but you can get them to. That's a decent crunch. Going back, it's also decent. And then there's butterfly joints, which neutral position there, can go forward. Not a lot, like a centimeter. So that's not the greatest. Going backwards, oh, come on, man. Also not a lot. So here's neutral position going forward. Boop. Here's neutral position going back. Boop. So that's not the greatest, but whatever. Peg coming out to the shoulder here can go about 90. Doesn't really want to go past that. Can go all the way around. Upper bicep swivel, double jointed pinless elbow, which that's good with me. Got the normal hand hinge there. Can go all the way around, up and down. So there's that. And then the head is on a disc hinge, which is awesome. So let's try the tilt first. Ah, see? Not the best, but, you know, it is possible to get tilt on disc hinge. You can kind of get a whole range there. So that's decent. Can go all the way around, left or right. Can look down pretty much all the way. Can look up pretty much all the way. So, yeah. The head moves quite nicely, I gotta say. Yeah, I don't know. Probably like my least wanted X-Men 97 character. Just because I don't have a whole lot of connection with this guy per se. So, but I do enjoy. He does move fairly well. I am disappointed with the butterfly joints, and I think the crunch system in the torso could be a little bit better. But other than that, like, I do love the color choice here. As far as customization goes on my end, I'm not seeing anything I will do to him. I don't see any need to add silver or fill anything in. He's fine with me. So if I do anything, it would maybe be adding more yellow to this, which is an option. But I also don't know if I'll display him with these. Definitely not this one, because this one's supposed to go up his ass or what? I don't know. But this one, maybe I'll have it chilling on his fist. Maybe add some yellow to that. But other than that, I mean, would I recommend this on its own? Probably not. But, I mean, at this point, like I said, this is the third X-Men 97 wave, and you still got, like, the made-to-order Sentinel, and then there's a couple 2-packs, and then you got the Mr. Apocalypse made-to-order thing. I think at this point, you probably have a good selection of the other ones, and I think at that point, you might as well just add him into it, because why not, you know? Plus, it is a nice, simple X-Men uniform. I like this colorway. I like the X belt. I don't know. Little things I would improve here and there, but for the most part, like I said, I don't know. I remember these butterfly joints working a bit better, but maybe I guess I was wrong. But yeah, I mean, other than that, and some of the crunch could be a bit better. Overall, I'm glad I got them. I don't feel bad about buying them, unlike somebody. But yeah, I would recommend them. At least if you're collecting X-Men 97 stuff. On its own, I don't think I'd go out of my way to get him. But yeah, let me know. Who's your favorite X-Men 97 character that they have put out? This guy's definitely more towards the bottom of my list, but that's really a testament to how much I love the X-Men 97 characters, because while he may be towards the bottom, I don't dislike this guy at all. You know, it's just something's gonna have to be at the bottom. Doesn't mean it's bad. It's just that relative to the other ones, I think I have more fun with them. So yeah, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, notification bell. Do what you feel like is needed. And also, I keep saying I'm gonna bust out these other figures I've reviewed after I've touched them up, and I've yet to do that, and I still haven't yet to do that. So hopefully I'll remember on the next one, and I can start showcasing some of the touch-ups I've done here and there. Like I said, these past couple ones I've done probably won't do anything, and I'm trying to decide, like, maybe I should just do maybe like a play day inspired video like Robo does, where rather than making you sit and watch me do just the tiniest things, I just kind of after a while conglomerate them all and go over it. So maybe something like that I'd be open to, but let me know what kind of videos you guys would like, because as of right now, I'm just kind of sticking to the same old review, which that's going to be the main chunk of the channel, but any feedback is greatly appreciated, and the fact that you clicked on this, I appreciate it. Anything helps. It truly does. I'm almost to 10 subscribers, which sounds minimal, but to me, that's awesome. That's awesome. So I really appreciate you guys. Might start getting into a more of a weekly release schedule, like I said in the other video. Otherwise, I would be buying a lot of figures with every check, or with one check, and that's might not be doable until we hit a place where this is monetized, if that ever happens. So we'll see when we get there, but I am starting to run out of relevant stuff to review. So, I mean, even this guy is really cutting it in terms of relevancy. I did find him on the peg, so if I'm finding him, surely other people are still coming across him too. So there's that. But yeah, let me know. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the other one, in another one. Also, shout out to this guy because he sucks. Peace.